Hey traders, welcome back to the Modest Money channel. When it comes to property management software, saving money is just part of the equation. But if the platform you're using is glitchy or even worse, charges you hidden fees without warning, then you're not really saving anything, are you? That's exactly why today we're diving into the battle of Avail versus TurboTenant to find out which one actually helps you keep more of your money and your time. Let's jump right into it. So, we dug deep into landlords' ratings, reviews, and even their complaints to find out what's really going on behind the scenes of these property management software. We're talking about the real stories from real landlords using these property rental software day in and day out. Because when you're trying to decide between Avail versus TurboTenant, the glossy marketing pages won't tell you what you really need to know. Now, let's be honest. Every landlord software gets some hate. So, it makes sense to start by looking at the negative TurboTenant reviews and Avail reviews. Those are the ones that usually call out bugs, billing issues, or anything shady. And yeah, TurboTenant has a few. One TurboTenant property management user who managed 15 rental units signed up expecting a smooth experience. He said he was promised streamlined marketing and solid features, but once he listed his first property, syndicated listings weren't updating, the scheduling link broke, and his refund request was ignored. That sounds rough, right? But hold up. The TurboTenant team actually replied pretty fast. They said the refund request had just come in the day before, and they'd already left him a voicemail. They said they really wanted to resolve it and invited him to reach out again. So while it wasn't a perfect experience, they didn't ghost him. They stepped up. And here's something to consider. Out of the tens of thousands of landlords using TurboTenant, these types of complaints are pretty rare. If this was a widespread issue, the TurboTenant review sites would be swamped with similar stories, but they're not. That alone tells you something about how good this property rental software is. Now, if you're cautious, that's fair. The best thing you can do is protect yourself. Always screenshot your cancellation, email the request instead of just using a button, and make sure you've got paper trails. It takes 2 minutes and could save you a major headache. But again, the odds of running into these issues are slim. The ratio of complaints to total users just doesn't suggest this is a common problem with TurboTenant. TurboTenant has earned an impressive 4.3 out of 5 stars based on hundreds of reviews from landlords and property managers. That's not a fluke. One user highlighted that the platform was a great tool for advertising properties and screening tenants. He liked how easy it was to get quality tenant leads, though he did mention that there's no owner dashboard, which made it tricky to pull up reports quickly for his CPA. But even then, he still recommended the platform and said it was one of the best tools out there. Another user, a property manager overseeing more than 65 units, had high praise. He said TurboTenant was the most cost-effective tool he'd found to break into the fast-growing midterm rental space. In his words, they love TurboTenant. Now let's flip the script and talk about Avail. One tenant shared that he paid $55 for a background and credit check, and then everything just broke. Errors popped up, the ID verification stalled, and instead of getting the results he paid for, he ended up wasting time with TransUnion trying to sort it out. He said the whole thing was a headache. That's not just annoying. That can slow down the whole tenant onboarding process, especially if you're under pressure to fill a vacancy. These kinds of hiccups are more than inconvenient. They're costly. So, when we compare Avail versus TurboTenant based on real user feedback, TurboTenant clearly offers more reliability, better support, and far fewer roadblocks. So, what does TurboTenant really bring to the table? For starters, advertising your rental couldn't be easier. TurboTenant lets you post unlimited listings to dozens of top renter websites, all for free. That means your properties show up on platforms like Realtor.com, Rent.com, and Apartments.com without you lifting a finger. The exposure alone makes TurboTenant landlord software incredibly valuable. Then there's rent collection. TurboTenant makes this so much easier. You can customize late fees, allow autopay, and even send automatic payment reminders. It handles your rent payments like clockwork. And better yet, everything syncs for bookkeeping. No more chasing down tenants or spending hours logging transactions manually. It's a time saver that pays for itself. And speaking of renters, TurboTenant's online rental applications are free and built to screen the right people from the start. From criminal background checks to credit reports, this platform helps you vet tenants with confidence. The best part, you're not charged up front. Applicants pay for their own screening. That means you get high-quality results without losing a dime. It doesn't stop there. TurboTenant also gives landlords access to property management tools and full accounting features. From automated income tracking to easy tax reporting, it's like having a financial assistant built into your software. Now, let's take a look at Avail Property Management and see how they compare. Sure, they let you list rental properties on top sites, but in our test runs, TurboTenant pushed listings faster into more destinations. Avail rental software lagged behind. What about rent collection? Yes, Avail software supports online rent payments. They even have something called FastPay, which deposits funds the next day. Sounds good, but in side-by-side tests, TurboTenant's features for reminders, late fee customization, and autopay options were more advanced and flexible. What about screening tenants with Avail? Well, it works. When it works. Remember that $55 background check error we mentioned earlier? Yeah, that kind of problem can make or break a rental deal. TurboTenant, on the other hand, runs smoothly and reliably. So, when we look at Avail versus TurboTenant, from a features standpoint, it's pretty clear which one wins. TurboTenant just delivers more of what landlords actually need. Now listen, no platform is perfect. And to be fair, TurboTenant has its quirks. Some users say that if you're brand new to property management software, the learning curve might feel a little steep at first, but that's mostly a one-time issue. Once you get past setup, it runs like a well-oiled machine. Plus, TurboTenant offers support articles, live chat, and even webinars to help you get up to speed quickly. So, how much does TurboTenant cost? TurboTenant is very reasonably priced for what it offers. Most of the core features, from listings to applications and tenant screening, are totally free to landlords. Yes, there are optional upgrades, but you can run a pretty smooth operation without spending much at all. Compared to other tools, especially in this Avail versus TurboTenant debate, TurboTenant gives you way more bang for your buck. To get a broader idea of what TurboTenant costs, check the link in the description below for current pricing and special discounts. We try to keep it updated for you. So, when it comes down to Avail versus TurboTenant, which one really saves you more time and money? My vote goes to TurboTenant. From faster listings to smarter rent collection and reliable screening, it just works. Plus, you won't need to worry about hidden fees or error screens when you need things done fast. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.